Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. Well, COVID-19 has hit the White House, and no Democrats, God hasn't judged the White House with pestilence. Your prayers haven't been answered. But in all seriousness, stuff has gotten real around there as the virus has made a up-close personal visit to the president. I have to wonder, has his attitude changed? Has his perspective changed on COVID-19? I'm not counting on it. But before we get into it, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comments section below. All comments are welcome. Well, and I don't know why I'm surprised at this, but I kind of was that COVID-19 has hit the White House. Now, on the other hand, I shouldn't have been surprised because of the cavalier attitude that this administration has taken ever since the virus broke out. And even now, in their push for reopening America, they're changing of the conversation from one of the seriousness of the virus to one of, the cure can't be worse than the problem. We need to reopen. Well, I wonder if the president now is taking a little closer look now that, guess what? It's close to him. You see, oftentimes with people, okay, it is easier to lop off kind of callous, I call them, solutions when it's not you. And let's just face it, the rich and the famous, and I told you this before, that when they had Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil and Dr. Drew, and other pundits, and even governors that's now pushing for the reopening, even at the expense that they know and acknowledge that it's going to cause death. Well, remember, they say it from their multi-acre estates, their high and lofty penthouses, and their gated communities. And it's fine because, you see, in their world, it's those people who are going to suffer. But when it jumps over that gated fence, when it rides the elevator up to your penthouse, right? When it galleys up to your across your acres and hits you, it's a different perspective. Remember one of the Vice President, Dick Cheney, right? Remember he kind of changed his tone on gay marriage when his daughter came out gay? Just an example of what I mean when it hits you. Well, from the beginning, President Trump has been so cavalier about this COVID-19. Remember, at first in January, he even downplayed the virus. Well, recently, just now, the news broke that Vice President Pence's Press Secretary Katie Miller tested positive for COVID-19. Now, let me show you how close this is to the president. Katie Miller is, of course, the press secretary to Vice President Pence, but she's also married to top advisor Stephen Miller. That's one of the second persons that has tested positive for COVID-19 in Pence's staff. Now, also, personal valet of the president has tested positive for COVID-19. Remember, a valet is almost like a butler. He lays out his clothes, or he may do personal errands, bring his tray, coffee, whatever. So he's right there. And just remember, if 3 tested positive, then we know there are a lot more infected. How many? We may not ever know that. But here's the question. Has the president's perspective changed any, being though he was so cavalier? Remember, it was always those people, but now it's up close and personal with him. Will he change his, will life go on? Will they close down the White House? I don't think so. But here's what I certainly think would happen, which I pretty much can say, if I was a gambling man, it's already happening. that they're going to test aggressively every person that walks into the White House. I guarantee you that every staff has already been tested. And therefore, guess what? They're going to stop the spread of COVID-19 in the White House. And I'm going to say they should. He's the president. And guess what? We should protect the president. Regardless of what you think about him in terms of your political difference, he is the president. But here is my criticism for him. Why weren't you that way with the precious lives of every American? When this virus broke, why didn't you aggressively test as well? You had the experts, you had the briefing. And guess what? This thing got so out of hand to where now the United States leads every other nation in reported cases of COVID-19 by 3-1. America has 1.3 million cases. The nearest country is Spain with 260,000. And keep in mind, these numbers are growing. They're rising every day. That's why I say, see, the mentality was it was okay because it's not with us. But I guarantee you the president is now, it's like, oh, we better do some fumigating here. Why? Because it's up close and personal. I can get this thing. And I can relate. I remember I work on a facility where COVID-19 has spread like wildfire. And I take extreme measures not to get infected. I pray more than anything that God keeps me in His mercy and grace, because even with all of my precautions, you just never know. I remember when the first news hit that COVID-19, when we got our first case of COVID-19. And the reality was, wow, it's here. The second gut punch was when coworkers died. Yes, I knew them. And they were close. They were close in proximity. They died. So I'm hoping the president will use this opportunity to, hey, you know what? Change your perspective. Change your tone. And I'm not even saying that you can abandon the plans of reopening. But take it, but you know what? Relay a more compassionate, a more sensible approach to reopening. Encourage the American people to take seriously more precautions, social distance, washing of hands. Educate us what the virus is. You see, there are people that still don't know what this virus is. I'll give you an example. I had a service guy that came out and they heard about our facility. And they said, well, before you go, they were going to work on a generator. And he said, open all the doors to the generator and let it air out. Now, the reason why I say that is because, see, that's ignorance. That's not what the virus. It was completely ignorant because the virus survives on surfaces. Airing out doesn't do any good. Okay? So if anything, what they should have asked for was disinfect the area so we can come in. My point is, I think the president can use this. He won't. But he can use this as a teachable moment, as they say. And say, let's educate the people. You know, continually run public service messages. Educate the people. So that, guess what? I believe we can reopen if we do two things. Education and aggressive testing. Just like they're doing in the White House right now. Because I guarantee you, COVID-19 is not spreading in the White House. Okay, guys, that is my perspective. Please don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And if you want to throw a comment in, feel free to do so. All comments are welcome. Till next time, I'll see you then.